Bless up. I was doing a little research on something that I talked about sometime on my channel, which is Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. Now, truthfully, there's not many in our community who talks about that, and it's not really a new thing within our community. When you think about eminent domain, which gave the state, the local localities, and the government the power to really bulldoze neighborhoods in the name of building highways and buildings and so on and so forth, which really, in essence, is whatever brings them more more money is what they do. It's kind of cold because it's like that's an oppressive tool because whatever they want to do, they do it in the name of we're trying to better us in the name of money. But when you think about Agenda 21, I haven't really went back to research in a while, and that particular thing started in the early 90s, I think 1992. Of course, the new one is Agenda 2030, the goals of a sustainable development, which that's kind of like the HIP goals. When you hear sustainable development, you better side eye it, even though it sounds good. Like, especially in the eyes of like millennials and the next generation, they think that they're helping the Mother Earth, which really that's a fascinating topic within itself because really this is a goal to take mankind away from nature and away from Earth, but they're setting it up as if it's to protect Earth from mankind when really they are the ones destroying the Earth, but they act like that is people. That's the everyday man. So, but going back and looking at Agenda 21, man, it was very fascinating. Some of the things that I was seeing, like, and it made me think about the permits. Like, I went fishing a couple of years ago, and I didn't realize because I don't fish a lot that you had to have a permit. I believe you have to have a permit to hunt. Even if you're in a rural area in your community, a lot of times people don't know this. You got to have a permit to build certain things. And I'm like, in zoning, I'm like, where did all this come from? Like, it's like you no longer have really true freedom. And then it hit me. That's a part of this is the totalitarian agenda. That means power and control and taking you from the ability from power and putting power in government hands, in the hands of governmental entities, so on and so forth. So, and another one nobody's the conservation agenda, the parks, the wetlands and all that. Like, you don't really understand how land play into so much, in the sense that when the government owns so much of the land, even some of the other countries, I think China owns a lot of California. You begin to see, like, this thing is not what they've taught us that it is. This is some like control, one world government, some twisted type stuff going on. But it's hard to see it because a lot of people are trying to make it. They're trying to pay their bills every day. They're trying to go to work, so on and so forth. But if you ever just step back to relax and see it, you can begin to see certain agendas that are slowly beginning to take place. I remember it was in, I think, Florida a few years back. I don't know what town it was, but it was like illegal to collect rainwater. You know what I'm saying? In some cities, it's illegal to have like a lot of chickens and stuff like. But it all seemed like it's a just cause. Like, oh well, you can't do that because you're breaking the law. Of course, the more laws you have, the more criminals that you have. So you see how that's still a control mechanism, and even in even in the freeways, man, the toll roads. Like, think about that. Think about the toll roads. I don't know what city you guys in, but I know that I've been noticing this. All of the cameras that are on the toll roads that they're building, they're not even done yet. Some are done, but some they're building, and it looks like some type of dystopian or utopian or 1984 movie. The way the roads have like 7 or 8 cameras that can take pictures of your license plate. Of course, I talked about the 5G agenda, which is really more so the health ramifications of 5G, but 5G, the Wi-Fi connecting people on, like connecting interconnectivity, which is really interesting because that goes to the future, which I think is the digitization of money, meaning everything is going to be digital. And the thing about digital money, or it being digital, is that another word for digital is power. Anything that's digital can be cut off in the snap of a finger. You know what I'm saying? So these things are not things to be afraid of. These things are things to see. And once you see a little bit of them, you can see a lot of the other stuff from them. So really just stay conscious to the various agendas that they're putting in play. And don't fall for the names like sustainability and saving the earth and it's overpopulated and it's global warming. Bill Gates, they were saying, they were like, hey, we need to spray the earth to block out the sun. Like when you just really listen to what they say, like you can tell they on some other stuff because it don't even sound right. It don't even sound right, dog. Stay up, man. Stay blessed. Peace.